Cheers.
Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, welcome. Maximize Monday.
Maximize Monday. How you doing?
I am okay. We had good service yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Felt good to be back into the building. I almost shed a tear when I walked in. The group was rehearsing around like
Huh?
9:45, I think. And I just kind of just sat and just kind of just looked in. I was like, oh, I got emotional. I was like, yo,
Uh-huh.
we back.
I got emotional when Bishop walked up the steps. I was like, wow, we haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, when he's preaching?
Yeah, when he went up to preach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Um, if you didn't get a chance to register, remember registration opened yesterday at 6 o'clock. It closes on Wednesday promptly at 9 p.m. Uh,
Promptly.
we're doing that for a couple weeks just to kind of get our feet settled. We're continuing to tweak some stuff. If you watched us online, you noticed we forgot some stuff because we've been out of church so long. We forgot some of the stuff we did when we, when we were alive. But we're tweaking it, working on it. Hey, my leader. But it was good to be back with the people of God. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny. You heard somebody call for everybody. I was like,
Wasn't me. It wasn't me.
like just, but it was cool being back. And, we'll continue to uh, expand our reach as time goes on. And, we're just excited about what God is doing. And, we just say welcome everybody to Maximize Monday. We see the numbers popping up. If it's your first time watching, please type VIP in the chat, um, and let us know where you're watching from. If you are watching, our normal people that watch but never say anything, let us know you're on today.
Yeah.
Hi, Songbird. Hey, Helene. Hey, Mylita, Keisha. Um, some of y'all watch. What's up, Kareem? Hope you're doing good, man. Still praying for you. Uh, we know a lot of people watch normally, but y'all don't say anything. Shout us out. Let us know who's watching.
Be
Our
part of the
consistent folk and the new ones,
conversation.
so we know who we talking to. Hi, Dana. How are you? Um, hey, Treetop Palmer from Philadelphia. What's up? Buffalo, New York, of course,
Hey
as
there.
always. Charlotte, North Carolina. That's good to hear, man.
Good.
Good to hear. I was in South Carolina last week, seeing my grandma. Uh, we rode around Charlotte, yeah. Uh, got me some good Southern food.
Nothing like it.
I ain't go out to eat, but we went to the grocery store, got some stuff that you can't buy up here, brought some stuff back. Got a cooler. We ghetto. Got a cooler. Put it in the cooler, drove back up, put it in the freezer when I got home. They don't sell it up here, so you got to do what you got to do.
Was it Lions down there? It's some grocery
Food,
store
food,
on
food lion,
the line.
Piggly Wiggly, Thai, Publix. This does my heart proud. Oh, hey, Tracy. Does my heart proud. Going to Piggly Wiggly, boy. Hey, Kife.
I said you were in full form yesterday.
It's just all fun. Yeah, Harris tweet Teeter. Yeah, look, got some Waffle House. Blessing God. You don't trust a clean Waffle House. I never eat at a clean Waffle House. Never. The dirtier it is, the better the food tastes. If it's clean, you do it because it's the only one available.
Right.
But every clean Waffle House I've been to, the food is not good. You need somebody, got dirt on the floor, and come on, somebody. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know it's
Oh,
true.
I know what you're talking about.
You
Yeah.
walk in there and it's clean. You're like, one of them ones where if you online, you see sometimes Waffle House trends and they be fighting and stuff. The ones they fight at, they do the best food.
That's where you need to go.
That's the one you need to go to. They got
Run
the best
away
food.
from the fight.
They got the best food. Well, if you go in the morning, you're good. It's just when you go at 2:00 in the morning, that's the problem. All right, let me get off of this. My Southern folk know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let me stop. let me be pastoral. Excuse me.
Read
back,
it. Read it.
back into my pastoral state. Bojangles, Hardee's, all that good stuff down there. Bring back in. Hey, Helen, it's good seeing you yesterday, Helen. One of our Connections Church members drove from Maryland yesterday. It was good seeing you. And anyway, let's jump into this. That form we had last week, can you put it back up again?
Sure. Here it is.
You ain't got no you gotta go to Bojangles. I went to never mind. Let me focus. Stay focused. So first,
What happened?
So the first
on the form.
Right. So Hardee's biscuits, man, with the Bojangles. I was cheating. I don't need to get started. Anyway. We started on the first two. All or nothing thinking. So 9 negative thinking patterns. 2, overgeneralizing. All right. And then 3 and 4. 3, we might actually stay on 3 for this whole time. So mental filtering, ignoring the positive and dwelling only on the negative. Mental filtering, ignoring the positive, dwelling on the negative. So let's talk about this real quick. Let's see where we can start. You, as Bishop says, you don't necessarily see with your eyes, you see through your eyes. You don't necessarily, you hear through your ears, meaning this. Your eyes may see a thing physically. Your ears may hear a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Your touch picks up a certain sense, but your brain interprets those things. So your brain is telling you what your eyes are seeing, what your ears are hearing, and also your, how can I say this? Your experience of touch. So for example, if somebody that you love and care about touches your shoulder, you feel a warmth, you feel a calm. Somebody you trust, you feel a warmth, you feel a calm. Mm-hmm. Somebody you can't stand touches your shoulder. Mm-hmm. The same thing, same action has a different reaction.
Yeah.
Based off your interpretation of who's doing it. Someone that you don't trust, somebody you don't feel safe around, touches you, you feel cringy, that kind of thing.
Right.
Your eyes know that you're seeing the color red. But if you were if I raised you from a child to interpret the color blue as the color red, you will think everybody else is crazy. Mm-hmm. Because if I isolated you from the whole world and for 15 years told you blue was red, that's what you'd believe if you were sent onto the real world. Because it's not always about what you see. It's about how you see.
Yeah.
So we all have a mind and interpretation of things where we filter life through. Mm-hmm. We filter life through. That's why two people can see the same thing, but see it differently because their filter is different. And what I'm trying to get to is that sometimes it's not what we're seeing, it's how we're seeing it.
Yes.
How are you filtering what your eyes see? Mm-hmm. You can be in a completely positive situation, but if your filter is off, you'll interpret it to be wrong. So I remember, I'll tell the story and I'll move on and you can kind of share your thoughts. I remember talking to somebody who went to a place and his mindset was, I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like it. He was convinced, never been there. He wasn't going to like it. So guess what? When he went at the behest of somebody, guess what his experience was? Mm-hmm. Everybody else was having a good time. He was the only one sitting there like nothing was going on because he's already convinced himself that he would filter the whole experience through not liking it. Mm-hmm. So again, it goes back to, is it what you're seeing? Is it your experience? Or is it how you're filtering what you're seeing and what you're experiencing? Mm. All right, stop there. Good.
How do we even get to that point though where we can realize, okay, maybe our filter needs to be changed?
I think it starts with brutal honesty and
Mhm.
a sense of being real with yourself.
Okay.
So if I have an experience, I got to ask myself the question, is this me or is this actually really happening? You know, is this genuine or is it my interpretation? So say somebody says something that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Ask yourself the question, am I being too sensitive? Or did this person really say it the way I said it? And I honestly think most people walk around with less offense if they actually did more interpretation.
Yeah.
Because there are days where I know I'm sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily the person
Yeah.
as much as if it was any other day that would not bother me. But today it does. And I have to play that into account.
Right.
It requires being real with yourself.
Yep. And I feel like that's major because a lot of us, not to generalize everyone, but I feel like we aren't necessarily in tune with their bodies or just in tune with us, soul, mentally, whatever. For whatever reason, because there's just so much going on, whether it be caring for others and whatnot, that we just put ourselves last to even consider, okay, how are we feeling right now?
Mm-hmm.
How is that coming out in ways that I'm not even thinking is coming out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like everybody's insecure about something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tells you they're secure about everything. Everybody's got some feeling about something. And watch this. If that insecurity is in you or that sense of weakness is in you, you'll interpret, would you think I'm stupid? Would you think I'm not tall enough? I'm not this enough. I'm not this enough. And is it really that person or is it the way we're filtering what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes me. Is that true? Or you just don't like yourself, or you don't think people will like you because you know things about you, or nobody loves me. Is that really true? I'm not tall enough. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. Learn to question how you interpret and filter life. And that will help you, look at it from an objective standpoint. That will help you, learn your triggers. That will help you to discern between I'm just a little crazy right now versus, this was genuine and real.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Some of the stuff that we got offended over and it took us a while to get over, it was so small and petty.
Yeah.
When you get older, you recognize how dumb it was.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, it was just the way we were filtering what was going on that made it bigger than actually what it really was. It really wasn't that deep.
For sure. And I think, too, probably some of the things that we filter are the things that we do to other people.
Come on.
So that's something that we need to keep in mind, too, is being able to, if you could find grace for yourself when you do it, like to extend that grace to other people and not, just let it spiral.
Come on. Talk more about it. Elaborate, please. That's
all I got.
That is not all you got. Shut up.
No, I think, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it hurts us so much. Is because, I don't know, like.
Here it is. I think we do to other people what hurts us.
Yes.
What will bother us, we do to other people. And then we get mad when it doesn't bother them.
Exactly.
Oh, you froze. You back?
Who, me?
Yeah, you back? You froze for a minute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
And now you froze.
Okay.
Okay. We're good.
We good? All right. Yeah. All right. but what are we talking about? Oh, we do to others what hurts us.
Yes.
And not realize it doesn't bother them at all. Mm-hmm. And if we get upset because we want to hurt them the way that we're hurt. But you're right. I think we treat people the way we treat ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our filter.
Mm.
And we can take an experience, like the thing says, we can take an experience, ignore all the good, and focus on just the bad. Mm-hmm. Completely discredit everything positive and focus on the bad of it. And I think as ministry leaders, as ministry leaders, and if you're a manager or a boss, whatever, anybody that oversees anything, you have to be, how can I say this? I'm not saying this in a negative way. You have to be able to critique what goes on.
Yeah.
Your emphasis is only on what went wrong, then you got to check yourself to see, you know, now I'm not talking about the event was bad. I'm talking about it was good, overall good. You got to learn to acknowledge the bad, but
Mm-hmm.
also celebrate the good. But if you only focus on what went wrong,
Yeah.
you got to ask yourself the question, is it me or is the actual thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But as a person, you have to be able to critique things. So I'm not anti-critiquing. It's how you critique is the issue. There it is.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like, I think it's good to take a step back and look at things and see how you could do things better or how you can grow. But you can't let that be the end of all things. You still have to see the good, even in, for lack of better words, the failures.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just so much that can be learned from them, but still be able to celebrate all that went well.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing too, knowing where our filters came from. These
Mhm.
triggers and filters didn't come from nowhere. Somebody said something to us, somebody did something, we believed something, we compared something, we all did something, or something was done to us
Mhm.
that produced this sensitivity, this trigger, because it doesn't come out of nowhere. Yes, we all have sin we have this sin thing. Oh, hey Diane, we all have this issue of sin that we all experience. We're all born with something wrong with us.
Right.
But how we go throughout life, a lot of our struggles oftentimes are birthed out of some situation. Whether we like it or not, it comes from something. And identifying where that filter came from can help us grow and develop, because now I can start asking God to heal me of what created this way of seeing life, this way of seeing things. Something we said months ago in Bible study. There's really no such thing as original thinking. Our thoughts come from somewhere. We're thinking other people's thoughts. Because how else will you know that you're too dark, you're too light, you're too short, you're too this, unless there was something else out there?
Yeah.
You
And I think too, like when you take the time to look at where that source is, and maybe like, okay, what caused that in their life, that helps you to look at it from a new perspective as well, and to like reason, okay, this really wasn't about me, but how that person was hurt, or and such.
You're right, because hurt people, and it's true.
Mhm.
Something happened to them, and then they didn't know how to heal from it, so they put it on somebody else.
Mhm.
Like what grinds my gears is when watching adults pass their negative traits to their kids or to other.
Mhm.
Just because you don't like yourself doesn't mean you gotta, cause a child to dislike themselves. Like, come on,
Yeah.
say pouring different negative thoughts in a child's mind because that's the way you feel about yourself. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
But our filters, they come from somewhere, and as Bishop said, months ago, we may not have been the cause, but the healing is now our responsibility. We're waiting for the person that hurt us to heal us, and it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Have you seen it's a meme of like a generation of like father sons, and you see how one father's abusive to their son and so on, but then it gets to a point where that person's like, no, I'm going to do something different.
Yeah.
And then it continues from there in a positive light.
Yeah.
I think that's so impactful, because I feel like when we're on the receiving end of things, sometimes you just feel helpless and things are out of our control, and these things are happening to us.
Yeah.
But there's always power. There's also power in being able to say, okay, no, this is going to stop with me, and I'm going to do better, and see how that goes on too.
You talking about the one where his back is turned and the arrows are in his back, like protecting his son?
It's like a generation of
yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's and again, we're not saying that there can't be some form of critique when necessary. I'm not one of those parents. Let your children grow and don't correct them and just let them figure. No. You have to make critiques. You have to, in a loving way, you have to correct them. It's one of the problems now. You have to be able to parent your child, But it's how we do it is the thing. We have to be able to lead people, but how we lead people is important. All those things are necessary for growth and development. But again, it's how. But those filters are dangerous. It's just, we interpret things through our insecurities, through our negativities, through, and sometimes it's far from the truth. It's like this. Jesus says that the devil is the father of lies. And how many lies are we going around believing that the devil has sown into us, and we've, made the lifestyle. It's a part of who we are, believing those lies that will bind us rather than the freedom that comes through truth. Jesus says, if you're my disciple, you'll follow me, and the truth shall make you free. That there's a part of freedom in following Jesus. Freedom from the lies that have been sown into us. Come on, y'all. About to go to church. Freedom from those things, that seek to bind us. And freedom doesn't mean that, you don't be real with yourself, but freedom means that I'm not bound by something that God hasn't called me. So, who told you were naked? Nobody told them. There was a sense in them after the fall that something was different. So God again asked the question, all of us, who told you? Something shifted in us, and here's the thing. Freedom, that scripture, you shall know the truth and truth shall make you free. We read that as an event. Boom, I'm free. No, that's a process. Freedom is a lifetime journey where the more we live, the more free we become. We want that instantaneous boom. And that may happen every now, but it doesn't happen with everything. That happens to a few things. A lot of this mess we deal with, we got to walk out of. And that takes time. That's a lifetime process. Of freedom and liberation following Jesus. I wish it was easier. I wish it was instantaneous, but Lord have mercy. It is not, alas. So, negative filtering. We have to check our negative filtering. Is the way I'm seeing this real, or am I just being negative? Am I seeing this correctly? Or am I seeing this wrong?
Right.
And you got to know when you're acting crazy. All right, get your life together. It's not that deep. Come on. I don't know if y'all talk to yourselves. Come on.
Real talk with yourself.
You acting nutty. Calm down. Chill out.
You need to think about in that aspect, how would you view yourself if you were seeing yourself from another person?
Yeah.
I've had a couple of those moments. I'm like, okay,
know.
it's time to you're being crazy.
Because if you're not careful, you'll go on I don't know if any of y'all have been here before. A negative thought comes in your brain and it like triggers a bunch of flood of other thoughts. And all of a sudden you go down this rabbit hole of analysis, negative thinking. And then, like you said, you finally click and say, what are you doing? But by that time, you're so deep into self-deprecation, being sad, upset, frustrated. You're like, come on, you got to get it together.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do, is to stop your brain from going there sometimes. Analyzing stuff that happened, stuff that you might think will happen, and going down that road is not good, but it's so easy to slip into. Just like that time this happened here, and all of a sudden you hurt over stuff that happened this today, last week, 3 years ago, 20 years ago, and you down this rabbit hole. You dug yourself into a ditch, and it's hard to dig yourself out of it. And it's one of those things that we all have to be careful of, and we're all prone to do it, all of us, and it's dangerous. All that time we use dwelling on the negative and the worst, we could be using to dwell on how to get it better. It takes no intelligence to analyze what's wrong. It takes intelligence to analyze what's good. And sometimes you got to tell yourself, shut up, stop. Shut up, stop. Lord, help my mind. because it can go there.
Yeah.
Start picking yourself apart and just, it's
It's not that serious.
yeah. And it's not doing anything for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you already know what's wrong. So why are you still going through it?
Right.
Make the change. Or if you can't make the change, learn to accept it. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got no foot surgery. You can't change how big your feet are. Just learn to accept them. I don't like you and your big toes.
There's someone out there.
Some out there going like them big toes. All right, they ain't got no head minimizing surgery. Just
right.
You just deal with it. Just make it work. Have it a certain way, try to work it out. Make it look as good as it can.
Yep. It's gotta make it work.
It's gotta make it work. You can't change it.
That's funny.
You got any announcements before we go?
Yes. So of course we have our regular programming this week with Link Couples Ministry. We have the recap tonight at 5:30, Bible study on Wednesday, and then in-person service this Sunday. Registration is open, so you can register. If you're registering or coming to church for the first time, we do ask that you upload your ID and vaccination cards. So you'll see where you can do that all by visiting gotobethany.com. We also want to say that it is coming up next month. It is Pastor Appreciation Month, and we are celebrating on October 2nd. So we just want to make sure we take this time to show Bishop and Pastor Nick how much we love and appreciate them. And we're collecting $100 each to sow as a love gift to them. So keep that in mind. It's coming up. We can't wait to show you guys how much we love and appreciate you. Even Pastor Shady.
Treat me nice then.
Even Pastor Shady. But yeah, we're excited and we can't wait to see you on Sunday.
Yeah. Yep, it's gonna be good. So again, please remember to you have to register. Of course, we always have people coming up.
And can I say something else?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
And I understand things happen, but if you register and you're not going to come, let us know, because, we want to allow people to come and who are going to be here and to be part of everything.
Yeah.
So there's a way to deregister if things change. Okay. Make it.
That's cool. Yeah, if you can't make it, just deregister. Yeah, that's cool.
So we can open that seat up to someone else.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Tomorrow night is you did tomorrow night's what?
Link up.
You got it taken care of already?
We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Okay. So link tomorrow, Bible study. We're gonna continue. That was a real somber lesson last Wednesday. But I hope everybody got it. I wouldn't say somber. To me, that's gospel. That's exciting because never mind. So it's Jesus' words. Service and self-sacrifice. God will honor that. Anywho, again, just make sure you join us, and we'll see you all later next Monday for another time of Maximize Monday. I get back to the children. See y'all later.
Bye.